Wherever there's football, there is the Joy Sports team. Welcome to the Sports on Pulse. I'm Gary L. Smith, and earlier today we saw the draw for Europe's two big competitions done. That's the semi-final bid of the Champions League and the Europa League. We'll be concentrating on the Champions League at the moment and also getting your views on what you thought of the draw, which comprised of an Italian job for Liverpool and with Bayern also facing Real Madrid in the last four.
Bayern Munich.
So, FC Bayern Munich, the five-time winners of the UEFA Champions League, are the first team drawn and will play the first leg at home against, you will tell us. Big suspense.
Yeah. Real Madrid.
Against Real de Madrid. That's a European Classico. You know, 12 times these teams have crossed the path in the UEFA Champions League and 6 times in the semi-final. So this is the 7th.
With the final four consisting of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Liverpool and Roma, football fans from all over the world had their eyes glued to their screens on Friday afternoon as the draw for the Champions League semi-finals got underway. Five-time champions Liverpool have history with all clubs involved, but it's been a while since they've found themselves in this position. The Reds will face Roma in the next stage. It's set to be their first meeting in over 16 years, and Jurgen Klopp will be hoping to avoid the same fate of Barcelona's Ernesto Valverde when the two do battle. It's also set to be quite the reunion for former Roma man Mo Salah. Record and defending champions Los Blancos will meet Bayern Munich in the other semi-final. The Spaniards played the Germans in the semis in 2014 and 2012. Bayern winning the first on penalties, Real the second, and again in last year's quarterfinals. When Real won those ties, they went on to win the tournament. The matches will be played on the 24th and 25th of April, with the second legs taking place on the 1st and 2nd of May.
And if you've been following the Joy News team, we've been having live commentary of all games of the quarterfinals on Joy FM, and it's been on our affiliates across the country. It's also been live around the world on myjoyonline.com. In studio with me is Hans Mensah Andor for us to go through the ties. First of all, what was your initial reaction when you saw the two fixtures?
Well, I wasn't too surprised. I mean, in the semi-final, the draw throws up two possibilities in terms of who is going to play who, and so I wasn't too surprised. But I think I did mention yesterday that there should be a surprise package in either AS Roma or Liverpool in the final, and we are going to see one of them in the final. But I mean, whichever way you look at it, two cracking games to look forward to. I think that there is an aura of unpredictability about the game involving Liverpool and AS Roma. For Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, it would have been a classic for the grand finale, but hey, we'll take it in the semi-final. We'll
take it in the semi-final. I mean, they've got some history, and in the coming days, we are going to hear all about it. Real Madrid have met Bayern 6 times in the semis of the Champions League, and they've won all. So it's revenge, really, for the German side. In terms of what you think, we will get that in a bit. Hold your horses. Let's now see what's the Europa League draw through for us as well.
The of the Europa League took place on Friday afternoon, with the remaining 4 clubs eager to know their next task. The last remaining Premier League team, Arsenal, have scored the most goals so far in the competition and will need that to continue into the next stage. Arsene Wenger's men will have to go all out in the penultimate stage as they go head-to-head with 2-time champions Atletico Madrid. The two have never played each other before, therefore anything is possible in this tie. Marseille, meanwhile, will face Salzburg in the other semi-final, with the tie set to be played on the 26th of April and 3rd of May.
Thoughts?
Well, season-defining game for us now, you know.
You don't say.
Season-defining game for the Gunners, no doubt about it. They are only route into the UEFA Champions League next season. They bottle it, they're also going trophyless, and so they would know, Arsene Wenger would know that, you know, his future largely depends on getting a route into the Champions League and getting a trophy for Arsenal fans this season. Atletico Madrid will not be easy. It is not an easy proposition for the Gunners, you know.
No matter how you look at it, Marseille also facing Salzburg. Salzburg have been giant killers in this Europa Cup, and it should be exciting.
I was actually surprised, really.
Yeah.
Really surprised about Marseille going through at the expense of RB Leipzig.
Sure.
I thought that Leipzig, were going to go through, but full credit to Marseille. I also think that from here on, their confidence is going to be sky high, and they might also go through to the
A lot of people did not want to see both Salzburg and Leipzig go through because they're all owned by one company, Red Bull. So for commercial reasons, it was good, for the fairness of the game that they were split at this point. Let's go to social media and see what you thought. First, on Twitter. Yep, it's a day of polls. We've just seen the entertainment guys do theirs. So here's a quick one we will do. As you can see, we've had 680 votes. So I'll let my producer click on any of them so that we can get the results. So any of them. No, don't click that one, not that one. Any of the other ones. Roma versus Bayern. Yes. And click vote. Let's see what comes up. Oh, okay. So let's see the way it goes. It would have shown us how many we are getting at the moment, but we had 680 votes, and I'll show you what the results are later on. But what would you have voted for? What final do you want to see?
I would have loved to see a Bayern Real Madrid grand finale.
Bayern Real Madrid?
Yes.
Yeah, for commercial reasons.
Yes, I would have loved to see a Bayern Real Madrid grand finale. I think that it is not as if, Liverpool would be undeserved finalists, but I really think that Bayern Real Madrid would have been more appealing.
Right.
Yeah.
So, in terms of yes, we are looking at the percentages now on, well, another gadget. It's Liverpool versus Real Madrid that has the most votes, 48%. 48% of you think that. Let's go to Facebook quickly before we move on. There, we have your comments on what to expect on the Champions League. And I'm not sure how to describe this season. Up to this point, it's been fairly predictable.
Yeah.
And we've had some unpredictability. Now, let's go to Facebook quickly so that we can finish up. Edwin Corboy says, a warning to all Real Madrid fans from Barca fans, after the way you have made our lives hell on this page this week, if you dare go trophyless this year, you will not rest until you win a trophy again on this page. You have been warned. All the best against Bayern. Sims Ajete Abraham says, the final will be Liverpool FC versus Real Madrid. Chris Forty says, I can't wait for Real to be kicked out after their thievery earlier this week. Bra Mike Cobb says, bad draw, it should be Liverpool or Roma against Real Madrid. Nana Andy Nkrumah says, Liverpool is winning the trophy this year. Hans?
I think people are struggling to deal with how Real Madrid went through to the grand final. They feel that they don't deserve to be in the semi-finals, rather. You look at the way Juventus came from 3 goals down to, be level in the tie, 3-0. And the way referee Michael Oliver awarded Real Madrid a penalty for them to score and make their way into the semi-final. People are struggling to deal. But here's the question, really. Was it a penalty? Personally, I thought it was. And I still think it is, a penalty. And so, deal with it. I mean, they deserve to be in the semi-finals, and they are in the semi-finals.
Football fans have
let's deal with
memories.
it. They are there.
Football fans have memories of elephants. Very long memories, and they will not forget soon. Hans, thank you very much for your thoughts on that. And the votes are still ongoing on our pages, our Twitter feeds. You can keep voting. In fact, 680, on that one. I know it's not the 4,000 and something the entertainment guys had on there. Who is going to win the VGMAs?
President Wally.
Yeah, but we'll get there. Thank you for your custom. We will be back at 8:30 to let you know what's trending around the world. I'm Gary L. Smith. We'll be back in a couple of hours.